Okay, arc welding. Arc welding is the process of joining two metal pieces by melting their edges by an electric arc. So here an electric arc is used for melting the edges of the workpiece. Okay. So arc welding is the process of joining two metal pieces by melting their edges by an electric arc. And arc is an electric discharge. Arc is nothing but an electric discharge through the ionized gas column between two conductors. Okay, arc is nothing but an electric discharge through the ionized gas column between two conductors of electricity, namely cathode and anode. And arc is an electric discharge between a cathode and an anode. Okay, when two conductors, that means this cathode and anode, are touched and then separated by a small distance. When two conductors are touched and separated by a small distance, electrons liberated from cathode and move towards anode. Okay, I am repeating once more. When two these electrodes, that means the cathode and anode, are once touched and then separated, then the electrons liberated from cathode will move towards anode, and the positive charged ions move from anode to cathode. That means the positive charged ions will move from anode to cathode, and electrons liberated from cathode will move towards anode. The impact of these electrons and positive ions at high velocity onto the conductors liberate heat. The impact of these electrons and positive ions at high velocity onto the conductors liberate heat. The temperature of the arc is about 3870 degrees Celsius. 3870 degree Celsius. Okay, an arc is useful for generating heat and can be obtained between electrode and workpiece, or between two electrodes and also between two metal pieces to be welded. Okay, here we can see the arrangement of arc welding circuit. Okay, here an AC or DC supply is given to the electrode holder and the workpiece. Okay, here we can see the case of polarity in arc welding. What is polarity? Okay, here we can see that AC or DC supply can be given, an alternating current or direct current can be given for producing electric arc. So there comes the polarity. Polarity is used to describe the electric connections of the electrode in relation to the terminals of a power source. Okay, the term polarity is used to describe the electrical connection of the electrode in relation to the terminals of a power source. Polarity in welding polarity in welding refers to the direction of current in the welding process. Polarity is nothing but the direction of current in the welding process. Okay, there are, we can use DC current and AC current. DC current flows in one direction, thereby resulting in a constant polarity. With direct current DC, the welding circuit can either be straight or reverse polarity. Okay, there are following three types of polarity. DC straight polarity, that means DC SP. Second one, DC RP, direct current reverse polarity. Third one is AC polarity. Okay, in case of power supply or polarity, there are Following three types of polarity, they are DCSP, DCRP, and AC polarity. Okay. DCSP or direct current straight polarity. Okay, in DC current we are using DC generators for controlling the voltage current. Okay, and in the case of AC alternating current we are using transformers. Okay, so the according to polarity we will deal with DCSP, DCRP, and AC polarity. Okay, in DCSP, electrode is connected to negative terminal and workpiece to the positive terminal. In DCSP, the electrode is connected to negative terminal. Okay, DCSP, the electrode will be connected to negative terminal and the workpiece is connected to the positive terminal. In DCRP, direct current reverse polarity, electrode is connected to positive terminal and the workpiece is connected to the negative terminal. Okay, the electrode is connected to positive terminal of the power source and the workpiece is connected to the negative terminal of the power source in the case of DCRP. Alternating current AC flows half the time in one direction and half the time in other by changing its polarity 120 times per second with 60 hertz current. Okay, and DCSP type welding is useful or ideal for hard facing single carbon bracing, build up heavy deposits, stainless steel, gas tungsten arc welding, cutting tap. Okay, DCSP can be used for hard facing, single carbon bracing, build up heavy deposit, stainless steel, gas tungsten arc welding process, cutting tap. DCRP is ideal or useful for overhead welding, vertical welding, cast iron welding, heavy aluminium welding, rivet welding, sheet metal, low hydrogen welding. Okay, DCRP is useful for overhead welding, vertical welding, cast iron welding, heavy aluminium welding, rivet welding, sheet metal welding, and low hydrogen welding. AC polarity welding. AC welding is useful for downhand heavy plate, fast fill, aluminium gas tungsten arc welding with high frequency carbon arc torch. Okay, AC welding is suitable for downhand heavy plate, fast fill, aluminium GTAW welding with high frequency carbon arc torch. Okay, in the case of penetration, DCSP produces deep penetrated narrow weld. DCSP produces deep penetrated narrow weld, where DCRP produces low penetrated wide weld. Low penetrated wide weld. DCSP deep penetrated narrow weld, whereas DCRP produces low penetrated wide weld. AC polarity produces medium penetrated weld. Okay, so it is the case of AC or DC power supply. Okay, we can uh, compare the AC and DC welding sources. Okay, in the case of AC welding, the efficiency is high that of DC welding. In the case of weld quality, the weld obtained is not uniform in AC welding. but it is smoother in DC welding. Okay. In the case of cost, AC welding is having low cost, whereas DC is little bit high cost. Okay. In AC welding, electrodes should be coated electrodes, but in the case of DC, coated and non-coated electrodes can be used. The maintenance cost is less in AC welding, whereas it is more in DC welding. Stability of arc is unstable in AC welding, whereas it is stable in DC welding. Magnetization of workpiece will never happen in AC welding, but it will happen in DC welding. Polarity cannot be changed in AC welding, but in the case of DC welding, straight polarity and reverse polarity can be possible. Okay. Next, welding of non-ferrous metal is possible only with DC welding. Okay. Non-ferrous metals cannot be welded with AC welding. Arc blow. No arc blow is seen in AC welding, whereas arc blow is seen in DC welding. Okay. This is the case in the case of AC or DC power supply. Okay. Next, the working. We'll go into the working of the arc welding process. Here we can see that an electrode holder, an electrode, workpiece, and these are all connected with the power supply. Okay. The electrode is held by means of an electrode holder, and the workpiece are kept on a metal work table. Okay. The work is kept on a work table, and the electrode is held by means of an electrode holder. The electrode holder and the metal work table are connected to different terminals of the welding power source by means of long insulated cables. If in the case of DCSP, DC, RP, or in the AC welding, according to the polarity, they are connected. They are connected. Okay. So the electrode holder and the metal work tables are connected to different terminals of the welding power supply by means of long insulated cables. Initially, the metal workpiece is touched with the electrode and then separated, leaving a small gap between the electrode tip and the workpiece. Initially, the metal workpiece is touched with the help of electrode and then separated, leaving a small gap between the electrode tip and the workpiece. This will result in the electrode positive ion movement, and it will produce an arc. Okay. In the arc welding, the gap between the electrode and the workpiece is important for the arc to exist continuously and is known as arc length. The distance between the electrode and the workpiece is called the arc length. It is very important. Okay. This has to be maintained within a specific range for good quality welding. Once the arc has been initiated, the electrode is moved along the length for completing the welding process. So when the electrode is moved along the workpiece, the weld metal will form. Okay, or the welding will be happen by the heat produced by the arc. The metal piece will be melted along with the electrode if the electrode is consumable. If the electrode is not consumable, the heat will result only in the melting of the work pieces, and the molten metal so formed when cool will produce a welded joint. So here the electrodes are of two types, that is consumable electrode or non-consumable electrode. Okay, here we can see that an electrode with coating is provided here, and the electrode may be of consumable type or non-consumable type. Okay, what is consumable electrode? A consumable electrode is used to produce an arc and is also melted to fill the weld cavity. Okay, in consumable electrode, the electrode also supplies some amount of melted metal to the weld cavity. Okay, so a consumable electrode is used to produce an arc and is also melted to fill the weld cavity. A non-consumable electrode is used only for producing an arc. Okay, an arc will be produced and no filler metal will be added by the melting of the electrodes. Okay, electrodes may be these electrodes may be bare, flux coated or heavy coated. What is this bare, flux coated or heavy coated? Bare electrode means without any coating. Here there is no coating provided or the flux provided. Okay, bare electrodes without any coating. Flux coated means electrodes are coated with thin layer of some chemical components called flux. Okay, in flux coated electrodes, the electrodes are coated with thin layer of some chemical components called flux. Next, what is heavy coated? Heavy coated, if the provided thickness of the heavy coated is provided with thick flux coating. If the flux coating is thickened, then we can say that the electrode is heavy coated. Heavy coated. Okay. Next, flux materials. We said that the electrode is coated with flux material. What are all these flux materials and what are its uses? Okay, flux materials, some of the flux materials used and their functions, I will discuss. Okay, okay. First one is starch and wood pulp. Starch and wood pulp. Gas shield. This produces gas shield around weld zone, preventing it from atmospheric oxygen. Okay, atmospheric oxygen produces oxidation in the weld metal. So when we use a starch or wood pulp as flux material, it will produce a gas shield, and this gas shield will protect the weld metal to interact with the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, thereby we can prevent the oxidation. Next material is china clay, feldspar, manganese and titanium ores. China clay, feldspar, manganese and titanium ores. These fluxes form a slag deposit. Okay, here we can see a slag deposit. Okay, form a slag deposit over the molten weld metal, preventing contamination due to atmospheric air and also ensure an uniform rate of cooling of the weld metal. Okay, the china clay, feldspar, manganese and titanium ores forms a slag. This slag will help help in preventing the interaction between the atmosphere and the weld metal. It also helps in the uniform cooling. If there is no slag, the cooling rate of the weld metal will not be uniform. So the slag also helps in the uniform cooling of the weld metal. Okay. Next, the flux materials are ferrosilicon, ferrotitanium, ferromanganese. Reduces these fluxes reduces the oxides which are likely to be formed in the weld metal. This reduces the formation of oxides. Next one is sodium silicate, potassium silicate and asbestos. This serves as a binding material in the welding pool. These materials, sodium silicate, potassium silicate and asbestos, serves as a binding material. It helps in the coalescence of the weld metal and it helps as a binder. Okay, the alloying components. Next flux material, the alloying components, aluminium, zirconium, nickel, chromium, molybdenum. It improves the strength of the joint, alloying components. That means the aluminium, zirconium, nickel, chromium, molybdenum. These improves the strength of the joint. Okay. The other advantages, the coating materials here used have other advantages also. They stabilize the arc. They increases the deposition. Okay. Improved arc penetration, facilitate overhead welding, reduced spatter of weld metal. Okay, the other advantages are produces the coating material, produces stabilized arc, increased deposit, improves arc penetration, facilitates overhead welding, and reduces spatter of weld metal. Okay, thank you.